Revolver Underground.
What's going on, guys? It's E-Rock doing another Skype interview, and this is a very special interview. Not because I'm retarded, but because I have an awesome person here on the other side of Skype. And you, well, your name is Bobby. First of all, let's go with that. And you're from a little band that's called Saliva. Is this correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Well, you know, I guess you came into the Saliva scene about what, a year ago?
At the end of 2011, I joined.
Oh yes, this is 13 now. Okay, I'm behind.
Yeah, something about a year and a half.
Yeah. Well, what was the initial process in that? I mean, how did that come about?
Well, we have some mutual friends here in Jacksonville, actually, and where I live, and basically he was talking to Paul, the drummer, and my name kept getting. They weren't sure if they were going to get a new singer or if they were going to quit or what to do. And then they were like, dude, you know, let's just keep doing this thing. And my name somehow just kept getting brought up to them when they were thinking of who to look for. So, yeah, he just hit me up. Paul did. And, hey, man, do you want to jam with us? Are you interested in working with us? And at the time, I was doing mostly just production and like TV music and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, yeah, I want to go on the road. I want to go, you know, be in a rock band, and you know, so it was a no-brainer for me to want to do it, you know.
Wow. So that's ridiculous. So when you got that initial call, when you got that initial saying, hey, you come aboard. I mean, obviously you had to have been just overly joyed, but what was going through your head at that point?
I just started thinking about, you know, how it would work and how it would fit and how, you know, because I had a lot of songs that I had written and done, just from other bands that I was in, solo stuff, didn't really do anything spectacular, but some of the songs were kind of the same style, which is, I think, initially how that worked. But we ended up, yeah, I mean, the whole process was very simple with getting in, and it was like, okay, cool, you're in. They came to Jacksonville. We recorded 3 songs that we released one of them last year called All Around the World, and then we ended up just touring all of 2012, you know, festivals. We played anywhere that would have us, you know, and just tried to, you know, get the fans familiar with the band and me, and, you know, all that stuff.
So would you say that the transition was it, I mean, you kind of said it was pretty simple, but I mean, what are the fans saying? You know, what's going on? Has it been a decent transition for the fans, do you think?
Well, I mean, that depends. Like we, like the new record is like so heavy and like rock and cool, and the songs are almost like the record they've wanted to make for a long time. You know, and I don't think that they had a chance to do that on the past few records. It's getting a little light and stuff. I think a lot of the fans were kind of annoyed with that as well, you know, of losing sight of what really made Saliva who they were. So that was my main thing coming in as well, is we need to, like, we need to give them a rock record. You know, We don't need to try to go and, you know, have like a top 10, top 40 type pop song, a ballad or anything. Let's just try to like do a really cool rock record. But the fans, as far as the shows go, like they are real receptive, and it's awesome. And it's, I mean, I get a, you know, I think it works. It's definitely working. So, or we wouldn't have even pursued it. We probably would have ended it last year if it didn't work out. But the fans were really, really accepted to it. And you always have your one a-hole. I always say that. There's always that one dude in the crowd who, like, you know, tries to just ruin it for everybody. You know what I mean? So it's always fun for me to call him out and say, you know, there's the door, and thanks for the ticket, dude. Thanks for paying to get in tonight. Yeah, I mean, and I don't like to do that at all, but I think at the same time, people probably think I'm just gonna like take it and not say something.
Right.
No,
Well, and
we're
I
there
think
for the same reason everyone is. Everyone's having fun, having a good time. Don't ruin it.
exactly,
So,
exactly. That's the thing. Like if somebody's there and just first of all, it's I don't know. It's one thing to say something to your friends, but it's another thing to be shouting it out. When in between sets and in between songs, and letting everybody else know that. I mean, it's a downer, and I'm surprised that more people just don't get beat up because you're just annoying. Just shut your mouth and enjoy the show, or you can simply leave. You
oh,
shouldn't have to say anything.
no, there was one time that where were we at? I think we were in I forget, maybe it was like Louisiana somewhere, and it was like sold out. It was awesome. I think it might have been Homa, and someone right when the lights were like down, someone threw like a beer up at me or whatever, and I had never had that. That was like the first for that. So I think we were having, it was one of those nights where everything was just on, and we were just feeling it, and the crowd was loving it, and it was great. And I pretty much just said, I have $100 whoever kicks this asshole out the door, you know what I mean? And you saw people grab that guy like so quickly, like it was hilarious.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I'm not that kind of guy, dude. I'm not Axl Rose. I'm so cool. Like I go out after every time when we're done playing, man. I never make it to the merch booth because I'm usually just like right off the side of the stage, and I'm talking to everybody, taking pictures, and it's like I'm so friendly with people and want to meet all the fans and want to hang out with everybody. I don't know. I don't have time to deal with attitude, and I don't think those kind of people need to be at the shows anyway. So.
Exactly. There's no room for it. I mean, people pay, people pay a decent price to come see a great show, and I know that you guys put on a great show, and that's what they want to see. They don't want to see some douchebag over here heckling and just being a complete douchebag.
Yeah.
That's not what they want to come to see. They want to come see you guys hang out and just have a good time, hear songs they know, hear new songs, and just simply, just have a good freaking time. Friday nights are a good show night. Saturday nights, it's just something that people like to do. They like to hang out. Well, let's talk a little bit about you and about what's going on with you. Now, you said earlier that you produce some stuff. You've been producing. What's this about?
I do. Man, for the past 10 years, I've been really into. I was in a band called Burn Season that was signed to Elektra in 2001, and we made a record, and actually funny with Bob Marlette, the same guy that did a lot of the big Saliva records and stuff. So we made a record with him and did that whole thing, and it just kind of fell through, and the label folded and went under. So we ended up doing some other stuff, but I just got out of it and wanted to like do my own thing because I was playing drums in that band. I wasn't even singing for it. So I ended up wanting to sing and do my own stuff. So I started that probably in about 2005 or 2006. And I've just recorded and written a whole bunch of songs. I've got a chance to work with a bunch of different artists, whether it's rock or pop or country. I've done it all. And I enjoy that quite a bit as well.
Do you still have time
I've been so knee deep in the Saliva stuff. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I've been so knee deep with the Saliva thing that it's kind of. I do some stuff here and there. I did. I was doing a bunch of like TV cues, and there's a friend of mine who started a company called Give to Get Music, and we got a bunch of placements on like the Nitro Circus movie and just stuff like that, like Bar Rescue. I have a lot of cues in Bar Rescue. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, even, man.
Nice.
I mean, I have tons of songs that went in those as well. So just background music and stuff,
right.
But it's cool, and I enjoy doing that. It's always good to flip on a channel and like, oh wow, I recognize that. I did that. So.
Well, being that that I deal with indie artists all day long, would you say that having that option was something that that got you by in the times that were kind of off times, that where you didn't have a whole lot going on, where you could just kind of fall back on this? Is that something that you would suggest even?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think because the thing. Go ahead.
I just think the thing you don't have being an indie artist, there's not. Every show is a different show. There's might be a 6-month gap. There might be a 2-week gap. There might be something else going on. And it's always good to have something else to fall back on while you're pursuing your dream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and plus, music, man, that's the only thing I can do, and luckily I was, brought up able to play multiple instruments, guitar and drums, piano, and all that stuff. So it's like if someone needs a certain cue or a certain kind of thing, I'm able to like go in and do it. I don't have to like, have anyone come in and track guitars or, this and that. I'm able to actually do it that way. And yeah, I mean, I enjoy it very much, and it's something I highly recommend for anyone in music to want to do and fall back on, because TV and movies, they're always gonna need music, no matter what,
Absolutely, and all that music that you hear in the background on TV shows, movies, somebody has to write that, somebody has to compose that, and why not you? Why not just go ahead and try it? So. Well,
hey, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Happy to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you was there a big difference in doing a Saliva show for arenas and for all these huge events from where you were? Was there was there something that you thought was that intrigued you about doing the larger shows as opposed to doing smaller shows, or is there one that you prefer more than the other?
I mean, I love doing the festivals. Like, festivals are just always fun because of all the bands that are on them, and you get to like mingle and just hang out and stuff. And but even smaller venues too, man. Honestly, I like them. I like them both. I don't care where we play. Flatbed truck. It doesn't matter. We'll do it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it's all about the show. So, and the cool thing about the indoor stuff is, now we have a full-blown like lighting rig with us now, so we get to use that, and obviously at festivals you're playing during the day, it's different. You don't really have lights, but and I think that really helps our show and extremely, man. Like, just having the lights has been great.
Lights are fun.
But yeah, I definitely it just, I don't know, it makes you feel like you're in a real rock band.
Yeah. Well, you are in a real rock band.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It just makes you feel a little better about yourself. But the festivals are great, man. So we have a bunch this year that we're on. We're doing Sturgis. I'm excited about the Sturgis deal that we're doing. And we just got offered, we're going to Alaska. We're doing 3 shows in Alaska.
Wow.
Which is going to be really cool. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That's in August, so should be interesting.
That's gonna be some good times right there for sure.
Yeah,
so going back to when you first started with Saliva, was there any initiation that the guys took you through, or was it just kind of come on board, let's just hang out, we're brothers now?
I mean, well, you have to think too. Like, Paul, the drummer, he's more of like he's the prankster joke guy.
Yeah.
Dave and Wayne are pretty much like they're just calm and like just silent. They don't really they don't really get all wild or anything like that. There was really no hazing on me. I mean, it's like, you're gonna haze the singer, dude? Like, come on, I cave into the situation. And no, I mean, it was open arms, man. Everyone was stoked. Everyone was excited. I was excited. We don't argue. There's really no need for that. I think they did enough of that, with the previous guy. So I think, everything's a lot, smoother now. And there was a couple little things though that Paul did, but I got him back for him, and whatever. So
rock and roll. Well, do you have any pre-show rituals that you do just to prep yourself for the show?
Dude, I try to like get in that state of mind. Put some Pantera on.
Yeah.
And just try to get rowdy. I stretch. I take a leak, of course. Got to do that. So
absolutely.
And that's pretty much it, man. I'll sip on a little Crown here and there, but I don't party. I don't really get too crazy, man. I just, it's all about the show.
Yeah.
I don't really on stage that much or anything. So.
Well, speaking of the show, what's the best show you've ever done?
Oh man, hold on a second. Uh, Man, I don't know. There's been some shows that have been like awesome. Um, there was the Rockapalooza festival we did last year was really fun. We're doing that again coming up in June, which is up in Jackson, Michigan.
Okay.
That was good. So that show was awesome last year. We played like 30 minutes, and like we went on right before Puddle of Mud. We were direct support with Puddle of Mud. It was like 10,000 people or something. It was awesome. There was like just, I mean, dude, crowd surfing like crazy. It was fun, man. People were really into it. And then there were some shows we did, like we played Fostoria, Ohio, like in the middle of nowhere. We played like this club, and it was like slammed. It was so packed, and just everyone was just into it. It was great. I mean, there's a lot of shows that we did. I mean, one of the ones I think that was really that I remember, that I will remember, was when we played at the venue in Iowa where Buddy Holly and Richie Valens did their last show. Yeah, okay, so what is it, the ballroom or whatever over there?
Valor
So
Ballroom?
we played that. It was like Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving or whatever, and it was like sold out. It was so awesome. Yeah, that show was fun.
Man, those guys over there,
But-
they put on a they do some good stuff over there. They're good people.
Mm-hmm.
Surf. Okay, so
Yeah, and
go ahead.
we do really well in the Midwest.
Yeah, Midwest, man. I used to book shows. We used to book rock shows, metal shows. From being from Iowa, it was weird because you would think it'd be a lot more country stuff, but I couldn't book country for the life of me. It was all metal stuff, which worked out for me because I'm a metalhead. But I mean, that was one of the things that I thought was very weird, is that everybody wanted to. I was raised in Des Moines, Iowa, and everybody wanted to, for some reason, come through Des Moines, Iowa on the metal scene. I'm just like, you've never been to Des Moines, have you? But they all wanted to come through Des Moines, so whatever, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Iowa's definitely. It's always on the touring, on the routing. Man.
Yeah.
I always see Iowa, so it's good. Yeah.
Rock and roll. Well, what is the most memorable thing that a fan has ever done for you or said to you?
There's a kid who was disabled in a wheelchair, and he has seen Saliva like 13 times or something. He's known the band since he was like 13. I think he's like 23 now or something. So about 10 years.
Wow.
I think. And so when I joined the band, he had said to me, he was like, I really, really, really like Josie, man. He's like, but I told the guys that I was going to give you a chance or whatever. And I mean, he's seen us like 3 times since, and I don't even think he remembers the previous singer. So it's good. And so there's that.
Right.
That was that's always a good one. Man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah.
Wow.
So we've, there's that. I signed someone's. Someone had like a fake leg.
That's
like
weird.
a prosthetic leg thing or whatever. Yeah, I'd signed that before. That was one. People come up. It's always fun to hear, like, especially from promoters or like club owners who, will come up to you and say, "Dude, I've had Saliva 5 times, and this is the best that I've ever seen them." Or like, you know what I mean? Like, that's always good to hear. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's always those. So I mean, all the comments are good. I take them all.
Sure.
So
Wow.
good or
That's-
bad.
Yeah, that's
comes with it.
That's good that people are digging what's going on. Well, let's. I got a kind of a loaded question about the music industry, and this is always a weird question because it can go either one way or the other. But how, in your experience, how is the music industry changing, or how has it evolved?
Man, I don't really know if it's evolved. I don't know. It's crazy, man, because it seems like the labels or the industry, everyone's trying to find the next thing to, like, how can they make a dollar? How can they make a dollar? Everything is just so crazy now. We're used to, it was just the wave. Everyone just coast, and you know, if your record blew up, everyone was making money. It was good. Now it's like, I mean, aren't they changing the platinum and gold statuses now or something? Like,
Yeah.
gold is going to be like 100,000 or something like that.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't know, dude. It's definitely. I don't think it's getting better for the industry, but I think for bands, it's good because you're in a position to where you can go and market yourself and try to make a living that way. You know, there's a bunch of cool things like, you know, Kickstarter or like these cool things where bands can go and try to raise money to do their records and stuff. And you know, I think there's still a lot to be made out there. You know, you do it right and you're smart and just, you know, try to get away from all the people trying to take every freaking dime from you, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And I think, too, that, you know, you need to be aware of, I mean, if you're serious about being in a band and being an artist and doing the touring thing and just being on top, you need to research it. You need to know what you're getting into. I remember when I was in, you know, I first started out in a band and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to form a band and a month from now, I'm going to be freaking playing arenas. Yeah, that didn't happen, obviously. And, you know, that's one of the things where...
Well, you always...
Go ahead.
It always sounds good. You know, you always want... Of course, it's a dream, you know what I mean? It's like... It's crazy, dude. I was watching, what was it, like Access TV or something last night, and AC/DC was on, playing live, like, from last year, and it was just unbelievable. Like, I think they were somewhere in South America or something, and it's like just a stadium, and like everyone is just jumping like crazy to like every song that they're doing, and it makes me go, man, that is the life right there.
Yeah.
Like, just I mean, dude, AC/DC, man, they can just, and they're still doing it. They could have called it quits forever ago. I mean, they don't need the money. You could just tell they still enjoy that. There's something about it, man. It's just why we do this.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I got in music, you know, to fit in and to, like, you know, be, you know, I wanted to be cool. You know, I didn't want to be, you know, I wanted to be more artistic and, you know, and plus, you know, you get girls that way. That's always a plus. But I never got into it saying, oh my God, I want to make $1 million. You know, I got into it because I want to like play a show like what AC/DC was playing last night or whatever I saw on TV. I'm just like, man, it's insane, you know. So,
yep,
that's why we do this. You know?
Well, what advice would you give to indie artists, to new artists that are just starting out in the scene? What's something that you would say to them that, you know, they can take home and take away from this?
Just you know, put good people around you, man, and, you know, surround yourself with good circle and good people and who believe in the same thing that you believe in. And I think that, you know, that's how great bands are made. You know, it's just, you know, don't have you definitely, if you try hard enough, I mean, you can go out there and make something happen.
Absolutely.
You know, market yourself really, you know, on the internet, any way you can, you know. So branding is everything too, but, you know, it really comes down to the songs as well.
Yeah.
Songs are great. People, you know.
And speaking of songs, you guys have, just to wrap this up, you have a new single out right now. Is it right now? Yeah, it's right now.
Yes. It's called In It to Win It. It's available on iTunes. It's on Octane right now, Sirius. It's on, it's being added, you know, a bunch of stations. I just got a list today of stations that just added it. So it's very, very exciting time for us right now. We made a video in Miami, which will be released hopefully in the next few weeks. You know, busy touring coming up, and, you know, we can't wait for this record to hit, you know.
Definitely.
I think it's, you know, can't wait to share it with everyone. But yeah, the single is out right now. Yes.
Rock and roll. Well, for more information,
have you
guys,
heard
go to what's that?
Have you heard the single yet?
No, man, I haven't had a chance. I've been so saturated with the indie scene that I haven't even had a chance to get out and explore the new stuff. But I promise you, I assure you, I've actually been asking for the last 3 days. All of my friends, have you heard it? And they're like, yeah. Most of them said yes. And I'm like, well, what'd you think about it? And they're like, freaking awesome. It is freaking awesome. So, I feel like a douchebag.
Awesome, dude.
But I have to
Sweet.
go hear it now.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, dude, definitely, man. It's definitely it's on iTunes, and it's exciting. So I can't wait for the video to come out. There's a lot of fire and pyro we did in it, so I'm excited about that.
Nice. That's one of the things. That's one of the things I miss about being in the mainstream radio thing, is that I kind of miss out on a lot of the things that are happening unless I'm actively searching it out. I miss it. The indie scene is awesome. I love the indie scene. I respect the indie scene, and that's kind of what I'm saturated in. But I do miss a lot of the other stuff that's happening out in the world, and things like this. I just simply don't have time to take care of everything, and I want to really bad. It's those things, but rock and roll, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely, man.
There it is. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for hanging out. You've got a lot of stuff going on, and just your time is a lot of time and effort into doing what you do, and I appreciate you stopping by and just hanging out with me.
No worries, man. Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, go check out their stuff. It's saliva.com. You can check it out on iTunes. Everywhere that music is sold. I think it's just Octane. I listen to Octane all the time. I've actually, you know what? I think I heard that the other day. I think I did hear it.
Okay.
I did hear it.
All right.
We're good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like as douchey now, so it's a little bit better now. Anyway.
Nice, man. Cool.
Man, Bobby from Saliva, thank you so much, man, and good luck with everything you're doing. And let's make this scene rock.
All right, man.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, brother. Peace.